Le résumé change pas beaucoup parce qu'on n'avance pas du tout dans la... On n'avance pas du tout dans la quête principale, du coup c'est toujours le même résumé, désolé. On va essayer d'avancer là, on va essayer d'aller de retourner voir le baron sanglant là. Histoire de faire avancer un peu la quête principale. Savoir où est passé Ciri. Dit Ciri, où est Ciri? Ceux qui ont un iPhone. On avait fait quoi? On avait fait l'histoire du... C'est moi ou c'est en train de brûler leur ville là? On avait fait l'histoire du... Oups. L'histoire du... Comment ça s'appelle? Le chasseur là. Qui s'était transformé en loup-garou. Ah oui, il y a carrément le feu en fait. Ça flambe en fait. C'est le château en plus, c'est là où il y a le... C'est là où il y a le baron. C'est mal barré ça. Vite! Vite! Pardon, excusez-moi! Laissez passer les pompiers! J'ai rien pour éteindre les flammes en vrai. Tout ce que je sais faire moi c'est du feu donc... Et du vent. Ah, avec le vent peut-être. Avec l'onde de choc. Peut-être je peux souffler les flammes. Ça va pas aider le feu. Ça potentiellement ça peut éteindre des flammes. Mais oui. On ramasse tous ces cadeaux. On laisse pas traîner les papiers s'il vous plaît messieurs dames. Ah.
Oswin! Where's Oswin? Anyone seen him?
Believe I saw him heading to the stable.
What?
Fire. You blind? Nobody willing to put it out?
Ain't that simple. Most are afraid. Baron flies into a rage. He takes no prisoners.
My brother's in the stable. We've got to save him. He'll burn alive. Him and the horses.
See what I can do.
Hurry now, quick!
T'as qu'à y aller toi-même aussi, trou de balle, va. Mais oh. Si ton frère il est coincé, il va l'aider. La porte est ouverte. Ferme, pardon.
Damn it, won't budge. Probably bolted on the inside. Need another way in.
Le baron il est en train de se taper un mec dehors là. Tout va bien.
Damn it, lots of smoke. Gotta hurry.
Over here! Can't get out! Roof's collapsed!
Coming to get you.
Oh, c'était pas si compliqué quand même. Hein. Ouvrir la porte là. Pas pu le faire eux-mêmes. Franchement.
We've a hero in our midst. The horses! Why, I'm prepared to forgive you the drubbing you gave those pricks at the crossroads.
I know your wife miscarried. Was that before or after you beat her to a pulp?
What the fuck are you suggesting?
Don't play me for a fool. You'd been beating them for years. Finally, they'd had enough and fled. Sound about right? They ran from you, didn't they?
Lying prick!
Au moins un peu d'eau, ça va te dessouler.
We need to talk.
J'espère qu'il n'y avait plus rien à goûter là-dedans.
Sit down. You beat them.
I never laid a finger on Tamara. Not once.
And on Anna?
That's another story. She always knew how to spark my ire.
Expect me to believe you were a loving father to Tamara after that scene in the courtyard?
You're free to believe whatever you wish, but she was always the apple of my eye. She had the run of the place, ask anyone. She'd ride the horses, hunt with the men, at times join them on their rounds. And they'd send for her when I flew into a rage, for only she could calm me.
Juste
Make it sound like she led a charmed life. If that's the case, why'd she run?
T'es outré?
I'd hardly need you if I knew.
Parce que le mec battait sa femme? Je comprends.
Your wife. How'd she make you angry? Too much salt in the soup? Socks never darned?
T'as pas eu la notif Twitch? Ah,
20 years we've
c'est parce que je stream trop. Twitch il a dit non non non, faut arrêter les conneries. Après il y a toujours la notif Discord quoi. Elle m'a connu sobre et rond comme une queue de pelle. Belle expression. Et aussi parce qu'il battait sa femme. Ah quand même.
You beat her? For that? For criticizing you?
Oh, Witcher, you haven't a clue, have you? Well, perhaps I shall tell you about it one day.
Pas d'excuses.
One day, but not today.
You knew they had run away from the start.
Yes, I knew.
Why didn't you
Enfin,
tell
je viens de
me?
commencer justement.
Wasted
T'as pas
my
raté
time.
grand chose à part que j'ai sauvé des chevaux
Say
et
I
des tables.
had. Say I'd
Parce que
said
tout
I
voulait.
had troubles. Couldn't control my wife, my daughter. What kind of
Elle est pas morte,
flaccid
elle se sont
prick
enfuites.
would you take me for?
Avec sa fille. On pense.
Gotta admit, I do think you're a prick. Not because you couldn't control them, but because you drove them away.
What?
Don't play the idiot. You gave them no choice.
Anna and I. It wasn't as it seemed. Seems.
All right, I'm all ears. Tell me what happened. The truth this time.
I'd been soaking myself 3 days straight. Anna came to me, said they were leaving. I begged them to stay. She refused to hear it. I tried to stop her. She wriggled like an eel. We struggled. She fell. Last blasted thing I remember. Woke up in the morn, breeches heavy with my own piss. A large bump on my head. Sadly, they were gone. Know what that's like, Witcher? No. How the fuck could you? I was left with nothing. Nothing! Only the bottle.
Tamara present for all this? She see you quarrel?
Through the doorway, perhaps. She didn't enter the room. Shame, too. Things might have turned out differently. The sight of her always calmed me.
Signs of a fight in the room. Hole in the wall, wine all over the landing. Was that you?
We tussled. She tried to whack me on the noggin with a candlestick, but kept missing. Hit the wall and a pillar instead. I staggered backwards onto the table, spilled the wine, slipped and tumbled. Anna used that moment to flee. She rushed down the stairs, still clutching that damn candlestick. I caught her on the landing. We fell. I thought I had her. Then she turned and smacked me in the head. I blacked out. Don't know what happened next. When I came to, I was alone.
C'est pas un gentil monsieur quand même, hein.
What happened next?
Next, it only got worse. I awoke at sunset, not knowing how many days had passed. Thought it was all a ploughing, drunken nightmare. And then I went to the bedchamber, but Anna was not there. Instead, there was blood everywhere. I knew she'd miscarried. My breath short, my throat locked. I neared the bed and saw it. It lay there, a tiny thing, defenseless, on bloodied sheets, dead. And it was my doing.
Il est horrible ce jeu. C'est pas possible. Ah.
Seen a lot of dead in my time, but that must have been hard.
Unspeakably so. My legs gave out. I saw fields of corpses at Sodden. Saw witches burn in Maribor. But compared to this, all that was a rabbit's prick alongside a great oak. And the guilt is all mine.
We don't know that yet. The amulet Anna wore could be linked somehow. Maybe the fact that she lost it. What did you do with the child?
Wrapped it in a clean sheet and buried it.
Just like that?
Damn you! I gave no thought to a funeral. It was a horror. I wanted it to end. That child had been my dream. I told Anna, the little one, our little one, to make things right. Yet she died before she could be born. Understand, Witcher? My child was dead.
I sympathize. I do.
Thank you. And know that I hope you find your Ciri.
Deal we made means I need to find Tamara and Anna first. Just so happens your unborn daughter might help us do that.
What? How?
Sometimes miscarried fetuses, if they don't get a proper burial, turn into botchlings.
Into fucking what?
Fucking what?
A cursed creature that draws strength from killing pregnant women. Once it's strong enough, it attacks those who scorned it.
But how? How does it know?
Blood ties. They're a strong bond. A bond I want to use to find your family.
How?
One of two ways. Legends claim you can bury a botchling under the family's threshold, perform a ritual and turn it into a lubberkin. That's a sort of, hob, a guardian spirit that could lead me to your family.
And the other way?
We kill it and draw some blood. Take that to the Peller and he does the rest.
Do not kill my child. It's suffered enough already. Lift the curse that it may finally rest in peace.
Still not sure what to do.
Whatever you decide, we must put an end to my child's suffering.
Whatever we do, we gotta find the botchling first.
I'll show you where I buried her, and I'll dig the grave at my threshold.
If it turns out we can't transform the botchling into a lubberkin, they can bury us in it. Handy either way. Need to tend to something first.
On va pas y aller tout de
Be
suite.
quick. And me? What am I to do in the meantime?
Sober up.
Well, ready?
Non, je voulais jouer aux cartes.
Need to tend to something.
Je voulais jouer aux cartes avec lui pour
And me?
genre que l'ambiance comment on dit, qu'on rafraîchisse l'ambiance. Comment on dit, bordel, c'est quoi l'expression? Ah. Bon, c'était pas censé avoir brûlé ça, ça va pas trop brûler en fait. Je crois que ça a brûlé un peu parce que les gens nettoient, mais... Apparemment les pompiers sont arrivés à temps, heureusement. Ah si, ça a un peu brûlé, mais surtout la toiture. Ça va. Ah, l'épisode du baron. Mais tous les épisodes, ils sont horribles dans ce jeu. Salut Akon. Tout est horrible. Ce jeu est atroce. C'est la fête dans ce jeu. Du bonheur à chaque dialogue, c'est ça. Heureusement que j'ai pu ken la sorcière, hein, quand même, ce matin. Après avoir... pour avoir fait embrasser l'autre machin, là. Quelle horreur. Le spectre. Vas-y, crache-moi dessus, on dira rien. Toi, j'ai sauvé ton frère, là. Ça te dit pas de me donner un peu de thune? Non. C'est ça qui a brûlé aussi, c'est là que j'étais avant. Dans l'écurie. Ah, une coffre. Oui. Ok. Bon. On va se buffer, hein. Parce qu'on sait pas ce que c'est un Couvin, donc on va éviter. Y aller, la fleur au fusil. Ça. C'est parti. Terrible ce jeu. Terrible. Terrible. Oh mais oh. Oh mais monsieur. Bah quoi, bah oui, t'as lâché une caisse quand je suis passé à côté, c'est quoi cette impolitesse là? Rustre va. J'hallucine. Ok, on y va.
Ready?
C'est parti.
The sooner we resolve this, the better. Best do it tonight at midnight.
Bah oui, faisons ça la nuit,
Wait
bien
here
sûr.
with me.
Évidemment.
Near midnight, I'll take you to where I buried her.
Get word to the common folk. Ought to stay in their homes tonight and draw a line of salt outside their doors.
C'est comme les limaces, ça passe pas le sel
Do
et
I
la
take
cendre.
a shovel to dig up the grave?
Take it. You'll need it, but not for that.
Je sens que ça va encore être un peu intense. Je vais devoir me suicider une fois que la quête sera accomplie pour oublier. Comme avec
A bit further.
la Vierge de
Follow
la
me.
peste là. Il a quand même la classe son manteau.
You
Pas à
give the
dire.
child a name?
No. Why would we?
Mistake. Names are powerful seals.
Mistake.
Here's the spot.
Chose a lovely spot.
Damn it, will you relent? I'm ploughing now I've done wrong.
Good. The grave's dug up and empty.
What's that mean?
Botchlings on the prowl.
Look!
Oh, good. Oh god.
Take it in your arms, quick.
What the fuck?
Vulgarity? It'll bite us in the arse before we know it.
Keep screaming and it will turn rabid. It's calm for now.
Bloody hell. What happens when it gets ploughing restless?
It'll bite through your jugular, and you'll bleed to death before I can help. Tell me if it starts wriggling. I'll calm it with magic. Pick it up. Take it in your arms.
Merciful gods.
Back to the fortress.
What? With this?
As I recall, you were the one wanted to test the old legends, change it into a lubberkin.
Oh, fuck.
C'est affreux ce jeu. Pas possible. Ouais, donne-moi de l'eau à la place. J'ai eu des armures. Elles sont bien ces armures, elles sont celles-là de ouf. Ils se sont mis aucune limite avec ce jeu, quoi.
Hungry specters. Botchling's scent attracted them.
Do something!
Moi j'arrive pas à utiliser le... Ah, ça.
This take me! It's writhing something fierce! Can't hold it! Calm it somehow!
Avec quoi je le calme?
Oh,
Merci.
quiet now. But what do you want to do with it?
Me? Nothing. This is your job. Told you, gotta bury it under the threshold. If the tales are true, by tomorrow it'll be a lubberkin. From then on, it'll watch over your house and help me find your family.
Il est en train de s'énerver de nouveau là de ce que j'ai vu.
You're coming. Need to hurry.
On with it! I'll not wait till I get the house. Squirming again! Like a daft eel! I cannot hold it! It worked. It stopped.
Chosen a name?
No,
So think of one. It's important.
it's a girl. What would Anna have named her? What now?
Repeat after me. By the powers of earth and sky.
By the powers of earth and sky.
By the world that was to be your home.
By the world that was to be your home.
Forgive me, you who came, but who I did not embrace.
Forgive me. You who came, but who I did not embrace.
I name thee, say her name, and embrace thee as my daughter.
I name thee Daya, and embrace thee as my daughter.
Good. Now bury the body.
What now?
In 1 day's time, Dea should turn into a lubberkin. I'll stay here and wait. You go home.
I'll wait with you.
Out of the question.
But that's my child. And the guilt, the responsibility for all this, lies with me.
Time for parental impulses? It's long past. Besides, nothing else you can do here.
But...
No buts. Just Witcher's work left to do here. Gotta wait a day and a night for the botchling to turn into a lubberkin. That's it. Go home. And try not to drink yourself stupid again.
Bon bah c'était intense.
By blood's power I summon you. With your name I beseech you. Hear my call and arise, Dea.
God.
Lead me to those bound to you by blood.
Woo! Ah. Ils auraient pu faire ça un peu mieux. Ça fait un peu ridicule ce truc là par contre. Une luciole.
Wizardry! Fucking shit! Let me live.
Ce qui est bien, c'est que c'est un être éthéré qui flotte, machin, mais il suit quand même la route, donc c'est pratique pour le suivre. S'il commençait à passer à travers les murs, ça serait plus compliqué. J'ai pas vraiment le temps de m'occuper des derrière. J'ai dit que j'avais pas le temps. N'oubliez pas que je suis un... nouveau-né. Bah ça va, il était pas parti loin, il a pas cherché longtemps le baron. Franchement... Ah, il est pas sûr.
Sure wasn't lavender they kept in there. Might be worth looking around though. Clothing. They change in here? A bracelet. One of them must have dropped it. Horseshoe. No way a pitch burner could afford a horse. Both were here. I'm going the right way. Wants to show me something more.
J'espère pas que le bébé va tous les nom-nom. Il a l'air gentil maintenant. Il a l'air spécial.
Necrophages had a field day. Still worth a closer look. Damn it. Should examine that horse carcass.
D'abord nous, hein, monsieur. On va examiner la carcasse du cheval.
What do we have here? Head torn clear off. Takes incredible strength. Horseshoes missing. Is this the animal that lost one in the smokehouse? Giant claws. Wasn't a necrophage made these marks. Chewed on the saddle. Necrophages will eat anything these days. Bones have been here a while. Must have been attacked by a powerful beast. Surprised him. Hope they got away. Trail goes on.
Est-ce que ça va bien
Good thing it
finir
doesn't
cette
end here.
histoire? J'ai peur. Ah. Qu'est-ce qu'on va trouver au bout du chemin? Qu'est-ce que tu vas nous montrer, fœtus? Le vil fœtus des enfers. Je ne fais que passer. Il y a de la lumière.
A fisherman's hut. Seems she wants me to take a closer look.
Who's that? Other room. Go on now.
What you seek here, sir? Our hut's out of the way. Woeful. We has nothing. We knows nothing.
Just need information. Looking for 2 women. The Bloody Baron's wife and daughter.
Not a soul have been here, sir.
Sure? Not even passing through? Daughter's medium height, about 20. Her mother's thin, about 40. Seen them?
That sir came at night, right, Mummy?
Thank you,
Quiet,
son.
boy.
I want to help that woman. She could be in danger.
Young and seen no one, my lord. He's a kiddie. Must have dreamt it.
I want to hear this dream then. So, kid, who did you see? Who came here?
Pappy brought her at night. The lady does the medicines. She was all afeared. Talked about an awful monster. Said she had to go back. Dunno where to. Mummy and Pappy cheered her up. Gave her clothes. Hers were ragged.
Where'd the girl go? Your son said enough. No point in playing dumb anymore.
Sorry, sir, but you don't look like one of our father's men.
Because I'm not. I'm looking for Tamara and her mother. I need to know if they're alive and safe.
Tamara is, hi. She's to my brother's place in Oxenford. But Mrs. Anna, that's another tale. Though anywhere's better than to Crow's Perch with a baron.
Why?
'Cause he beat her, sir. Beat Mrs. Anna, I means. Everyone knew, but not a one lifted a finger for to stop it.
What happened to Tamara's mother?
'Twere like this. I was awaiting in the old smokehouse with horses. Cold as hell and so dark, couldn't see past 2 ells in front of you. Moon had risen high, and still they hadn't come. Began to fear some demon had snatched them. But finally they came forth, and we sets off towards the river. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a gale arose. Thought it'd tear my head off. And those damn birds, swarms of them coursing o'er the woods, raising a racket to make your ears bleed. Mrs. Anna screamed, bent over into herself. Tamara knelt down, gripped her arms. 'Twas then I saw it. Fiery marks on her hands.
Why help them at all? You risked a lot.
I did that. Owed Miss Tamara. 3 moons passed, a fever gripped my boy. We thought he was done for. Tamara learnt it. Brought food and salves. We're poorer than dirt itself. She saved my boy. No 2 ways about it. Me, myself, I'd have never dared to help. But my missus told me a time of war and contempt's come. A time of folk gone wrong. We needs to repay good with good. Who stands by idly does evil as if.
Married a wise woman.
Crying shame we couldn't save Mrs. Anna in the end.
Fine. What happened next?
Grew even darker. Seemed someone had put out the stars. Crickets all went silent of a sudden. And then, from the woods, a roar. Broke out in a cold sweat, and before I could catch my breath, a beast jumped out of the woods, big as a barn, with horns and 2 burning coals for eyes. I thought I was done for. Beast attacked Mrs. Anna's horse, ripped its head off, carried her off into the woods. Our horses, mine and Miss Tamara's, got spooked and tore off willy-nilly. 'Twas the only reason we escaped.
The miss wanted to go back for her mother, but my wife pleaded, said she'd die out there alone. Miss Tamara agreed not to go.
What marks?
They's, well, like burned on with hot iron. On the palms, inside.
Burned? Like a cattle brand?
Aye, though these wasn't black scars scabbed over. They's hot and glowing, as if they burned with raw fire.
Thanks for your help.
The lady, she'll be all right in the end, won't she?
I'll do what I can to see that she is.
Il est quand même un petit peu mal barré, quoi. Tu sors, il y a un cul de bébé fantomatique là.
Thank you, Dea. Go in peace.
Oui. To the sunset. Il est vraiment dur ce jeu. Ah. C'est pas la joie. Hein.